Hello and welcome to the Fireplace, brought to you by Suncorp Team Girls. My name's Laura Clemesha from the Queensland Firebirds, and today I'm joined by newly capped Firebird Amy Sommerville, who's also playing for the Carina Leagues Club Tigers in the Sapphire Series. Ames, thank you so much for being here and welcome.
Thanks, Clem. I'm very excited to be here.
And hey Ames, you were there at the Lightning game on the weekend. Straight off the bat, what were your takes on how everything went down?
Yeah, I think that second half was incredible, the fight from the Firebirds to really bring it back, especially that last 8 minutes was incredible. And just to be able to be there and watch Gab's 100th game was so great, and really wish we could have got there over the line for it, but I think it showed some great positives of what the Firebirds are capable of.
Yeah, quite a few positives, but it was almost a game of two halves, would you say? The first half was very different to the second half. What were your take on what the differences were or where we started in that first half?
Yeah, I think that first half, Steph was incredible for the Lightning, I really thought. She set up so much play and just was so creative off the ball. And I think compared to the second half where our defence pressure really stepped up, but you came on and had such a great impact. You got lots of great turnovers and it comes down a lot slower, which I'm not a keeper, but I'm sure that's really helpful.
Definitely helps. Definitely helps.
But no, I think that defensive pressure and just that fight really showed in that second half.
For sure, and it's funny that you mentioned the defensive pressure up in the second half, because that was definitely a message from Rose at halftime, was that we're too far off our players, we're giving them a bit too much space, and her message was we need to muscle up, we need to really dictate and be assertive in there. And I think that that's what we went out and tried to do, and fortunately that had a bit of an impact. And it was super exciting though also to see Romelda return in that second quarter, and she definitely had an impact. But as a shooter, what were the main things that you thought she brought to that?
Yeah, Dids is just that strong target that just every shooter's I wish I could just be like her. It's just incredible. She just knows she's going to be there no matter what. And she was just calm, she got the ball, she looked at options and was just a super steady hand for the attack end.
It was pretty incredible really, because you just look in that attack end. We had 4 players returning from the World Cup, 3 of whom were shooters. So we started with Lenny and Gretel, and then we saw Dids come on. And obviously jet lag has played a huge factor for both teams, because Lightning had quite a few returning players as well. But just to see the way all 3 of them stepped up, particularly Gretel, I think there were moments there where she handled every second ball for play after play after play, and just took that leadership of that attack end, which was very cool. But I tell you what, the crowd roared when Diddy came on. It was so exciting.
Yeah, and I think it was a sellout crowd, which was so incredible, and I think it was the first time at the new centre, but those 3 shooters coming back and to perform how they did after having the jet lag, having to play so many games, is just incredible, and it really shows their experience and wanting to play their best for the Firebirds.
For sure. And I think obviously Gabby Simpson, our inspiring captain, her 100th game, it's quite funny because you actually played juniors with Gabs coming through the ranks in New South Wales, so you probably know her and have had more of a playing history than anyone in the Firebirds. Do you have any particular memories or thoughts on how Gabs was as she was coming through?
I played with Gabs when she used to be a goal defence, and you just remember her this little feisty competitive edge, and she was always so much shorter than all shooters, but you knew she was going to get that ball no matter what. And she's just incredible, and just the way she motivates you, inspires you, just those little things she does off the court, you're a cool chick.
She's such a cool chick, and I think inspiring is just absolutely the word. My favourite part of almost any game that I get to play with Gabby is when we've just shot a goal, she's running back as a wing defence to the centre pass, and she just turns and she looks at you and she literally raises her hands to pump you up, to pump the crowd up. She's just got a way of tuning into people and just knowing how to make them tick, which is very cool. And it's cool to hear that was there from such a young age.
Yeah, so I feel like she hasn't changed. She's just fine-tuned. And even her little goal assist from the centre third, she gets so excited about those, and those really lift the team. And she's a good girl.
What a gal, what a gal. And so looking and wrapping it up, I think one of the things that Rose really emphasised in our post-game debrief is that we probably need to start better. And we were off to a slow start, and I think one of those things was the intensity potentially wasn't there, which could be for a number of reasons. We've had a few players that had the World Cup break off. That could have potentially had an impact, in that maybe we just forgotten a little bit the pace of Suncorp Super Netball. which is understandable. It was very cool though that we did get the opportunity, and I was one of those players to drop down and play in the Sapphire Series League. And as someone who was playing Sapphire Series, how did you think that that really added to the comp?
Yeah, I think it was great to see like you, Tazi, Kimmy J and Jemima all drop back. It's just really good to see, even for the younger girls in Sapphire, to be like, oh, I'm actually playing with a Firebird, this is really cool. And just to have your wisdom and your impact on those girls around you was, yeah, it's incredible to watch.
So Ames, moving along to our Suncorp Team Girls moment, we had the debut of Firebirds training partner Macy Gardner, who took the Firebirds court for the first time in the Suncorp Super Netball. How did you think she went?
I think Macy's so competitive, and when you knew she was going to step on that court and just do absolutely everything she could, and to come up against Laura Langdon, I don't know about you, but I would be like, oh my gosh, like fangirling her the whole time. But I think Mace did such an incredible job. She was just fearless. She just was like, I'm going to do this. And just, I think that's something that was really refreshing. She was just didn't care. She was just going to throw the ball in.
Absolutely. She just came in with such composure and tenacity, as you say. She's always someone that trains with such a high intensity. And I think she just didn't miss a beat when she stepped up onto that court, which was really exciting.
So Clem, you're heading down to Canberra this weekend to play against the Giants on Sunday. What do you think some of the key matchups are, and how do you think you'll go?
Yeah, Ames, I think we're really excited to get down to Canberra. That in itself is a novelty. But I suppose looking at the shooting end as a defender is the first thing we always do. And when you've got Seabass and Joe Harton, obviously 2 season campaigners from the World Cup, they're just such strong bodies with quite a high shooting accuracy. And so the key for us will probably be to try and put them out of position and to try and really step up and bring that physicality from the end of the game this week to see if we can combat that. But then it'll be interesting looking down the other end of the court with Sam Pillman and goalkeeper for the Giants and whoever we have matching up against her. It's really exciting from us because we can be a little bit unpredictable from Rose's perspective. We've got 4 great shooters, so it'll just be a matter of who Rose chooses to throw out to suit the environment.
Yeah, definitely. And with a player like Joe Harton who can shoot from anywhere, how do you come up as a defender? Like, what do you try and do?
Yeah, it's super tricky. Almost when it gets to the circle, it's kind of game over. So that's when our goal defence and Kimmy J and Tazi are so good at just grinding and trying to delay her entry into the circle for as long as possible. And then of course we need big hands and the grind from the wing defence and centre out the front to just try and stop any service that they can to Joe Harton and also the high ball into Seabass. So it'll be very exciting. It's interesting because since 2017 we've played them 5 times and the Giants have come up winners on 3 of those occasions. So hopefully this weekend will be the time for us to even it up. Taking the momentum from this game, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So looking forward to the match. So the Firebirds take on the Giants on Sunday the 4th of August at 1 p.m. Make sure you tune in on Channel 9 and fingers crossed for a Firebirds victory. We'll see you next time.